Long ago, before bridges stitched rivers and iron machines cut through forests, before the chatter of cities drowned the whispers of trees, there was a river that wound its way across the land like a silver serpent. It was no ordinary river. Elders said it was alive, watching, listening, hungering. Travelers who drank from it without permission sometimes vanished. Fishermen who mocked its depths found their nets forever empty. The people of Umuahia village knew the river as a zoo, and they spoke its name only in hushed tones, as though afraid the waters themselves might rise to answer. In that village lived a girl named Nneka. Her beauty was a kind that turned heads in the market square. Skin the shade of polished bronze, eyes bright as cola nuts freshly split, hair coiled in thick braids that tumbled to her back. But her beauty was not the loud kind. It was quiet, almost unsettling, the sort that made old women murmur. Such beauty cannot belong to mortals alone. Nneka loved the river. While other girls pounded yam or wove baskets, she lingered by its banks, singing to herself and tossing pebbles into its rippling surface. The river seemed to answer her songs with gentle currents and shimmering lights that danced across the water. People whispered that she had been marked, chosen. Her mother scolded her often. "Nneka, my child, do not tarry by that river. Spirits dwell there, and spirits are jealous. They give, but they take far more." But Nneka only laughed, her voice like bells in the morning breeze. One evening, when the moon was a silver shield in the sky, Nneka did not return home. Her family searched through the night, calling, wading waist-deep into the current, lighting torches that hissed when sparks touched water. But there was no trace of her, not even the footprint she left on the sandy bank. The villagers shook their heads in fear. The river has taken her. The god Azu has claimed his bride. Her parents wailed, but the elders advised silence. Do not curse the river. Do not beg for her return. Once the river takes, it keeps. That is its way. And so Nneka was mourned as one mourns a dead, though her body was never buried. What no mortal eye saw was that Nneka had indeed been taken, drawn into the depths of the river as if the water itself had arms. She did not drown. She awoke in a palace carved from translucent stone, where fish with scales like jewels swam in the air as though it were their sea. There, upon a throne of conch shells and flowing reeds, sat Azu the river spirit. His form shifted constantly. Now a young man with skin the color of midnight, now a giant shimmering fish, now a faceless whirl of water. His voice was deep as thunder yet smooth as honey. "Nneka," he said, "you have sung to me, and I have listened. Your laughter has pleased me. Your beauty is mine. You will be my wife, and you will dwell where time does not pass as it does above." And so it was. Nneka, frightened yet entranced, became the river's bride. She lived in his watery palace, adorned with pearls and coral. Servants of water, half fish, half human, attended to her. She bore children, not wholly human, not Holy Spirit, their eyes glowing faintly in the dark. Years flowed by like silent currents, yet to Nneka it felt like days. One morning, while the spirit still slept, Nneka heard voices carried from the surface. She swam upward, drawn by memory. Breaking through the water, she saw her village on the far bank. The huts looked smaller, older. Children she once knew were now grown, carrying their own children on their backs. With a cry, she stepped ashore. At first, the villagers thought her a ghost. Women shrieked. Men dropped their firewood and fled. Only her mother, now stooped with age, hobbled forward with trembling arms. "My child, is it you?" "It is I, Mama," Nneka whispered, tears streaming down her face. "I have returned." But joy soon turned to fear. Though Nneka looked unchanged, her skin still smooth, her face youthful, her eyes shimmered with a faint, unnatural light. The villagers avoided her gaze. Her voice, when she spoke, carried the echo of rushing waters. Children woke crying at night, whispering that a woman with dripping hair stood outside their windows. Goats refused to feed where she passed. The river itself swelled and roared whenever she lingered too long on its banks. The elders gathered and declared, "She is no longer one of us. She has eaten the food of spirits. She has borne their children. She belongs to the river." But her mother clung to her. "This is my daughter, flesh of my flesh. You cannot cast her out." The people grew restless. Crops failed. Nets came up empty. Sickness spread through the huts. Whispers thicken like smoke. It is because of her. The river god is angry. She has broken the boundary between worlds. Nneka herself began to feel the pull of the river. At night she heard voices calling her name, children's laughter echoing across the waters, the deep command of a zoo, return. One evening, during a great storm, Nneka rose and stood at the water's edge. Lightning split the sky, revealing the villagers watching from afar, their faces a mix of fear and pity. She turned to her mother. "Forgive me, Mama. I thought I could belong here again. But the river will not let me go, and perhaps I no longer belong to this world." Her mother wept, clutching her arms. "Stay, Nneka. Even if the whole village fears you, stay." But Nneka smiled, a sad and gentle smile. "A woman cannot serve two husbands, Mama. My soul is bound." Then, before the crowd, she stepped into the raging current. The waters rose to embrace her, swallowing her without struggle. The river calmed instantly, as if satisfied. By dawn the storm had passed, the fields glittered with fresh rain, and the sickness lifted from the people. The villagers said she had become one with the river, a spirit bride forever. Fishermen swore that sometimes, in the early morning mist, they saw her face ripple across the water, beautiful and sorrowful, watching. And so they taught their children, do not linger by the river at night. Do not sing where spirits might hear. For the river is listening, and it remembers its bride.